Principal. Ma'am came.
Hello students.
Ma'am came. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Very good morning. So you all have your science book with you?
Yes, ma'am.
So open page number
ma'am.
10.
Yes, ma'am. Today six.
Yesterday I told you to try to write two
Homework.
questions, 4 and 5.
Yes, ma'am. 4 and 5. Yes, ma'am. Done.
You could write it yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Very good.
Ma'am, I can't. Ma'am, can I tell? Ma'am, I can tell.
Yes, tell it. The first question was, why do leaves have stomata?
Yes, ma'am. I have written plants need to breathe. For breathing, leaves have stomata, and for giving out the extra water, also stomata helps the plant. Ma'am, I have written leaves have stomata because they breathe air from stomata.
They breathe air from stomata. Okay, this one is also correct. You both are correct, but you could write it in short because this is a short type question. Okay, I'll write again, but both of your answer is correct. Okay, Ipshita's answer is also correct, and Bianca's answer is also correct. And now the next question was, molds and mushrooms are non-green plants.
I have written mouse and mushroom and non-green.
How do they get their food?
Ma'am, I have written moles and mushrooms get their food from dead and decayed plants and animals.
Yes, very good. That is absolutely right answer. And Ipshita, what you have written?
Moles and mushrooms are non-green. They get their food from dead and decayed plants and animals.
Yes, yes, this is the right answer. Same answer, and this is right. So those who have not written, for them, I'm writing the answers again. The students are there who have not written, so I'm writing the answer.
Ma'am, I have written.
Trisha.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay, very good. That's good that you are doing your homework daily.
Yes, ma'am. I also written. Yes, ma'am. I also. 45%. Who said 45?
Okay, so open your science copy.
Yes, ma'am.
Write today's date. That is 28/4/020. Now write the subject.
Yes, ma'am. Science.
And then write the chapter name. Chapter 1, exercise. And at the center, write the page number. Page number 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you write the section C.
Ma'am, C.
Question number 4.
4. Yes, ma'am. 4.
Why do leaves have stomata? You can write stomata. Plants have stomata or leaves have stomata to perform gaseous exchange. Gaseous exchange means it can be breathing, it can be the gaseous exchange during photosynthesis, any kind of gaseous exchange. And it can be. Yes, tell me, Prisha.
But I write the leaves has stomata because stomata helps the leaf in breathing.
Yes, for breathing they also use stomata. For the gaseous exchange of taking in carbon dioxide, giving out oxygen, that is not breathing, yes, but that is the gaseous exchange during the photosynthesis, right? For that also they need stomata. And for giving out the extra water, they give out the extra water as water vapor from their body. This work they also do by stomata. So all these kinds of things are in general gaseous exchange. Okay, whether breathing.
May I drink water?
Yes.
I drink water.
Yes, you can drink water in the class. Sorry. Leaves have stomata
Then plant have stomata.
Okay, okay. See your question, what is written here, you can write. Leaves have stomata to perform gaseous exchange.
Wait for 1 minute.
Next, question number 5.
5.
Moles
Moles and mushrooms are
and non-green plants, how they get their food.
Food. Ma'am, this is only one answer.
This has only one answer, yes, and that is common. So you all write moles and mushrooms are non-green plants. They get their food from dead and decayed plants and animals.
Animals.
From dead and decayed
Plants and animals.
plants and animals.
Please wait, I am matching the answer.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, I have matched it and it is same.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, mine also. Yes, ma'am, mine also. Correct. Wait. Ma'am, wait. Ma'am, one has left the class.
I'll see that. Later I'll see that.
Ma'am, wait. Wait 1 minute. Ma'am, done. Ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, done. And 1 minute, ma'am. Oh my God. Ma'am.
Yes.
Next. Ma'am. No, ma'am. Ma'am.
Yes. Just wait. Wait a minute. Let
Ma'am.
others also write. Yes. Tell me.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I am telling that you yesterday you have written any question answer of chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
No, ma'am. No question answer of chapter 5. No, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am, we will write the question answer of chapter 5 today.
Today. Today.
No, ma'am. We cannot come.
We cannot go to chapter 5 without completing chapter 1, right? We will complete the chapter 1, then we will go to chapter 5. Okay? To complete. Now we are going to write question number 6.
No, ma'am.
Okay, you
ma'am.
done.
Done.
You write it. We will just discuss the question answer of question number 6. That is, what is the difference between the producers and the consumers? Who are the producers?
Plants and us.
Yes.
Producers are us.
The plants that trap the sun's energy during photosynthesis to prepare food are called the producers. And all the animals and human beings who depend indirectly on the sun's energy by consuming the plants and other animals as food are called the consumers. So you need to write the definitions. Right, the plants.
Is it long type or short type?
This is not a long type question. You can't say that. And it is not a one-timer also. Yes, it is not a one-timer.
Medium.
Yes, 2 marks.
Medium.
Yes, 2 marks question.
Medium. Ma'am, done.
Okay. So the plants that trap the sun's energy, during photosynthesis prepare their food are called the producers. Whereas all the animals and human beings depend indirectly on the sun's energy. Depend indirectly on the sun's energy. During photosynthesis, sorry, not during photosynthesis, sun's energy by consuming the plants. By consuming the plants. And other animals as food. Are called the consumer.
Ma'am, please wait.
Okay.
Ma'am, please wait.
So the plants are making their food themselves within their body by the process photosynthesis. This is why they are called the producers. They are producing the food for themselves and for us also. And at the same time, all the other animals and human beings, we eat those food from, we get those food from the plants. We eat the plants and we eat other animals as food also, and we get the sun's energy that is trapped by the plants inside their leaf as food. We get that indirectly. We eat the plant, and this is how we are getting the sun's energy. So this is why we are getting the sun's energy indirectly, and we consume the plants to get the food. We consume other animals to get the food. So this is why we are the consumers.
Then why it is named consumer?
Because we are consuming it. Consuming means eating. We are eating it. So consuming means eating. We are eating the plants, we are eating the fruits, we are eating the foods. Okay. So this is why we are consumers. So we are consuming the food. Consuming means eating, taking it, eating it. Okay. So we are getting the plant, we are getting the food from the plant.
1 minute.
We are eating the food that we get from the plants. That means we are consuming the plants and other animals as food. This is why we are called consumers.
No, ma'am, not done.
Okay, you take your time.
Just one line. Not done.
You write the answer.
Ma'am, just one line. Ma'am, I'm not done.
Okay, you take your time. You write. When your writing will be complete, you just
Consumer.
say that.
Am I not done? Ma'am, done. No, ma'am, not done. No. One line. Ma'am, 20 seconds. 20 seconds? She needs. Finished. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. 1 minute.
Okay, you write. You write.
10 seconds. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm finished.
Rain comes. Ma'am, the rain comes.
Okay.
No, ma'am, rain is not coming. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, rain is not coming.
Okay, maybe the area is
coming.
different. Yes, maybe the area
Yes,
is
ma'am.
this is why.
What else? As food. Ma'am, you will not write number 7. Ma'am, you will number 7.
Okay.
My now is coming to end. Ma'am, done.
Okay. So now go to the next question.
I'm done. Ma'am, done.
The next question is, what is food chain? Question number 7, right?
Yes, ma'am. Food chain. Yes, ma'am.
This is very easy, very simple. The answer is also very simple. You all know that the chain that shows a series of organisms where each member depends on the lower member in the series for food. That chain is called the food chain. Okay, right.
Food chain.
A chain that shows a chain that shows a series of organisms where each
Can't see
member,
what you are writing.
yes, okay, you wait a minute. Okay, maybe for the network problem.
Ma'am, rain is coming here. Coming now.
A chain that shows
The
a
rain is
series
coming.
of
In my
organisms.
area. Ma'am, rain is coming. In our area, rain is coming.
Okay, not a problem.
Ma'am, rain is coming. Hey, you keep quiet.
Rain is not coming.
If rain comes, in our area, there is no rain.
So a chain that shows a series of organisms where each member depends on the depends on the lower member in the series. Lower member in the series. For food is called a food chain. So why we need food chain? A food chain, or we need the food chain, or why food chain is important in the nature. Let me quickly see the question. What is the exact question? Why is it important in nature? So first you write this answer, then we will write the answer of the next section. Okay, complete.
The screen only. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We cannot see the screen only.
You can't see the answer here.
And for the network problem.
You can't see the answer here.
Yes, ma'am. I can see, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I also can see. Ma'am, I can see.
Okay.
I'm done.
Complete.
Ma'am, you can ma'am. Now we can see. Ma'am, completed.
Now you do one thing. You tell me the question of the next part of this question. What is the question? Why it is important in nature? Okay, so right. The food chain.
I can't see the answer. I can't see any answer, ma'am.
Just a second.
Ma'am, I can see all the answers. Yes, but I can see all the answers.
Maybe because of the network problem.
Network problem, yes.
So right, the food chain is important. The food chain is very important because it provides alternate pathway of food availability. It provides alternate pathways of food availability.
Ma'am, wait. Ma'am, wait. Ultimately. Ma'am, after that. Pathway.
Right up to this.
Ma'am, wait, I'm not done. Pathway of food. Ma'am, done. Availability. Ma'am, not done. Ma'am, done. Ma'am, not done. Ma'am, done. Ma'am, done. Ma'am, done.
And right.
Ma'am, done.
Maintain.
Ma'am, done.
The feeding relationship. As well as the interaction between organisms and ecosystem.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
That's it.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay.
Feeding. One minute, wait. Interaction. I'm done. Ma'am, please wait. Ma'am, done. Not completed.
It's important because it provides alternate pathways of food availability and maintains the feeding relationship. So here to give space, you can see, and maintains the feeding relationship as well as the interaction between the organisms and the ecosystem.
I'm done.
You all know what is
I'm done.
ecosystem?
I'm not done. Done. No, ma'am. I'm not done.
You know what is
I'm
ecosystem?
done. Ma'am, 5 seconds.
Okay, so let me explain this answer first.
Okay, ma'am.
The food chain is very important. So in this question, you have asked that what is the importance of food chain? Why
Done,
food
ma'am.
chain is necessary for our nature?
Important for us.
Yes. What is its importance? So it is very important because it provides alternate pathways of food availability. So no animal will die uh, for lack of food. Okay, so that means there are options, there are availability in the food, yeah, in food there are
Ma'am, done.
food availability means there
I'm
are
done.
food for particular foods for particular animals. Suppose like as for example I can tell you that grasshopper eats the grass, and then the frog eats the grasshopper, and the snake then eats the frog, and then who eats the snake?
Ma'am, eagle.
Eagle,
Ma'am,
eagle, these kinds of
eagle.
animals. And when these eagles die,
Ma'am, eagle.
yes, when the eagle dies,
Ma'am,
what happens? Its body
deer.
decomposes
Deer.
and mixes with the soil, makes the soil fertile.
Soil
And when it makes the soil fertile, the nutrient then goes to the plants, and again the plant is making the food, and grasshopper is eating the plant. This is why what is happening, all the animals of each of the layers of the series of food chain can get enough amount of food, right? No one dies without food. For each kind of animal there is a particular food, right? So that means there is food availability. For grasshopper there is enough amount of plants in in our nature. For frogs there are grasshoppers because frogs eat grasshoppers. For snakes there are frogs, and for eagles there are snakes. And for the plants who will make the food, there are the decomposed body of there are the nutrients that come from the decomposed body of the eagles. So for every kind of animal there are food in our nature. So if food chain is there, that means food availability is there. There is the food. If the food chain is destroyed somehow, all the animals will be affected, right? Somehow
Yes, ma'am.
if the number of plants reduces, what will happen? The grasshoppers will die uh, when they will not get enough food, as there is not enough plant. So if the grasshoppers will die, the frogs will have no food. If frogs will die, the snakes will not have enough food. So this is how if only one uh, only if only one layer of the food chain, if only one stage of the food chain is broken, all the other animals life will be affected. So this is
Yes,
how
ma'am.
food chain gives the pathway of food availability. So from food chain we get the availability of food, we get the food. And what happens, what the food chains do, food chain maintains the feeding relationship. So there you can see a relationship of a suppose predator and prey. You can also say predator and prey means, predator means who eats, and prey means it is eating whom. Suppose the snake is eating the frog. So here snake is the predator and frog is the prey. Okay, and when frog is eating the grasshopper, frog is the predator and grasshopper is the prey. So there is, you can see a feeding relationship. There is a relationship between the frog and the grasshopper, feeding relationship, because frog eats grasshopper. This is also one kind of relationship, and this relationship is called the feeding relationship. And snake is eating the frog. There is also a relationship between them, a feeding relationship. So this relationship is also maintained, and this interaction means communication, or this feeding relationship is occurring as the interaction between the organisms and their ecosystem. Ecosystem means the system that they're creating. This system, that the grasshopper is eating the plant, the frog is eating the grasshopper, the snake is eating the frog, and the eagle is eating the snake. So this is making a system, right? Continuously it goes on and on. This is making a system. This system is called the ecosystem. So there is a relationship between all these animals in the ecosystem. And who maintains this? The food chain maintains this, because just because food chain is there, this is why this relationship is there. This is why this relationship is maintained. So this is what this paragraph says. I hope you have understood. If you have any problem, you can ask me now.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No,
ma'am.
So did you
No, ma'am.
understand this portion, this section?
Ma'am, time over.
Yes, time is over. And no homework for science for today. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye, students.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, students.